Welcome to Mental Makeover Radio, your go-to destination for meaningful conversations about mental health. I'm your host and your trusted therapist bestie, Cecilia Manella. Join us as we explore the complexities and messiness of human experience by addressing your questions and concerns. I'm here to provide a straightforward and practical therapy advice. So grab your favorite beverage, whether it's tea, coffee, or whatever tickles your taste buds, and get ready to embark on a mental makeover. Welcome to Journaling Prompt Thursday on Mental Makeover Radio. I'm your host, Cecilia Manella. Thank you for tuning in today. This week, we dove into relationship check-ins, and I gave 6 questions to use in your relationship check-ins. And so this is a follow-up around having some journaling prompts around this. Now, often when I share relationship check-ins in the process, I get a response from people being really scared. So I want you to write down what brings up so much fear in having these kind of conversations in your relationship. And maybe that comes from past experiences that haven't gone really well, or fear of things going sideways, or maybe things feel like they're kind of just okay and you don't want to rock the boat a little bit. But I want you to dive into, what is the fear? What is, when I think about doing a relationship check-in, fear shows up. And the fear is about what? What am I scared of? What is the worst thing that can possibly happen by having this relationship check-in? What holds me back from having these curious conversations, of showing up open-hearted and curious to my partner and what they might answer? Am I afraid that I'm going to get some feedback that I'm not going to want? Am I afraid that my partner's not going to receive the questions really well? Am I afraid that I'm going to be exposed and that feels really scary to me? There are lots of potential answers. I want you to dive into, what is the fear that is showing up for me when I think about having vulnerable conversations? And I mean, that journaling prompt alone can kind of keep you busy for quite a while, because it's an ongoing conversation around fear. The journaling prompt isn't just to sit for 20 minutes and figure out an answer. This is something potentially you need to kind of percolate on a little bit and keep a little bit of running list, because the fears that get in the way of having these vulnerable conversations are most likely rooted in some past experience, childhood experience, or assumption that you're actually making. And I challenge you to debunk these fears, to ask, when you've got this list of fears, to ask, which one, what is legitimate here? Is this legitimate or not? Does it have any grounding or footing in this fear? Or is it worth trying something different? Is it worth challenging this fear and just to see what's going to happen, just to see if it's possible to have a better relationship, a better conversation, to increase intimacy, to increase connection, to increase trust? Is it worth it? Is challenging the fear worth it? And I hope that the answer is yes. But grab a journal, write some of these prompts down, figure out what the fear actually is. Ask yourself if it's actually legitimate, if it actually makes a lot of sense, or where it comes from, and whether it's worth pushing through it. Happy journaling. I'll see you next week.